Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Kyle and Drew with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 578 for comics originally releasing June the 17th, 2020. Before Drew and I get into what's coming up in your local comic book shops this coming Wednesday, Drew, I threw a curveball at you and had to record a little earlier, so I have screwed us out of doing an FOC today. I apologize.
Yes, and it not only wasn't really your fault because I guess FOC is going to be a little light because there really is no DC FOC this week from either of the new distributors.
Hasn't been any Marvel. Yeah.
Yes, there hasn't been any Marvel, and DC we aren't getting an FOC from either of the distributors this week anyway. So it would have been a wash anyway. Not that we wouldn't want to do it.
Still reach out to Eric at Cowabunga if you're interested. There may be some secrets hidden in the small stack of hay, but we're not going to be privy to those, unfortunately.
Yeah, at least not on the air. We'll still get our email tomorrow.
Correct.
But we won't be able to talk to you about it. But we will be able to talk to you.
Unless you want to just call me, and then I'll just, we'll chit-chat.
I guess that's fine, sure. Because Brian says, hey, it's Eisner time again. Always enjoy your picks. And I can't believe that's true. But Eisner's always remind me of our good buddy on the Comics Alternative that passed away last year, and he would always chastise me a little bit, Derek, on not knowing like any of the obscure stuff, not knowing any of the Drawn and Quarterly stuff and everything. So we'll see if that holds up again. And it's just as bad as it usually is every year. So
there you go.
Let's take a look at some of the nominations.
We would do these in his honor, but I don't believe that would pay any respect to him.
That would not really pay any respect. So the best short story, Hot Comb, How to Draw a Horse, The Menopause, Who Gets Called an Unfit Mother, and You're Not Going to Believe What I'm About to Tell You. So don't know any of those.
I don't. I have yet to find those in my previews.
Yeah, best single issue or one shot. Coin Op number 8, Infatuation.
Okay.
The Freak. Minotaur. Our Favorite Thing is My Favorite Thing is Monsters by Emil Ferris. And Sobek. Okay, don't know any of those.
For 2 categorically.
Oh, yeah. So best continuing series. Here we go. We're heating up now. Bitter Root by David Walker on Image. Criminal by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips on Image. Crowded by Chris Sabella, Rostein, and Ted Brandt on Image. Daredevil by Chip Zdarsky and Marco Cicchetto on Marvel. The Dreaming by Cy Spurrier. The Dreaming? Bilquis Evely from DC. Wow. I can't believe that one. Immortal Hulk by Al Ewing, Joe Bennett, and Roy Jose et al. Of Marvel. So Marvel gets 2, Image gets 3, and DC gets 1.
Yeah, and we missed a Bitter Root comic last week that came out yesterday, Drew. There was a Prince homage similar to the Batgirl on the Bitter Root. I think it was number 8.
Oh, okay. So of these, I'm going to lean towards Criminal, of course, as my pick. I've
heard great things about Zdarsky's Daredevil, but I did not jump in. I just skimmed through it.
It's good, not great, I don't think. Best Limited Series, Ascender by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen. Image, Ghost Tree by Bobby Curnow and Simon Gain from IDW. Little Bird by Darcy Van Polgeist and Ian Bertram from Image. Naomi by Brian Michael Bendis, David Walker, Jamal Campbell from DC. And Sentient by Jeff Lemire and Gabrielle Walka from TKO. I haven't read that one.
I read Little Bird. It was very good.
Did you? I haven't read that one either.
It was very good.
I read Naomi. And of these, I read Naomi. So that would be my pick.
There you go.
And you're going to go
This
with
one's an
Little Bird.
easy one for me, this next one. But I know a lot out of this next category.
Best New Series. Doctor Doom by Chris Cantwell and Salvador Larroca, Marvel Comics. Is Invisible Kingdom by G. Willow Wilson and Christian Ward from Dark Horse. Once and Future by Kieran Gillen and Dan Mora from Boom. Something is Killing the Children by James Tinian IV from Boom. And Undiscovered Country by Scott Snyder, Charles Soule, Giuseppe Camicoli, and Danielle Orlandini from Image. So this is a tough category for sure. What are you going to go
for
with?
me, it's between Something is Killing the Children and Once and Future, and I'm giving it to Once and Future.
Yeah, I'm probably in the exact same boat, and I'm going to give it to Once and Future as well. But that's a really good category. Then we go Best Publication for Early Readers. Nobody I know. Best Publication for
I know
Kids.
the Pigeon books, so I'm going with that one.
Okay, The Pigeon Has to Go to School by Mo Willems.
We are a big household of The Pigeon Needs a Bath, and it's the same dude.
Good. Best Publication for Kids. Any of those jump out at you? Dogman, of course, is a big thing. Any of those in your household?
We pulled a few Dogman. We're not into underpants. We're kind of an anti-underpants.
Anything about Raina Telgemeier? Any of her books?
No.
None of her books?
No.
Might be a little too old.
Yeah, I think we're not quite there. We're pretty close.
Yep.
Yeah. But I'm going to go with Dogman.
Go with Dogman. Best Publication for Teens. We got Harley Quinn, Hot Comb, Kiss Number 8, Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me, and Penny Nichols. I have no idea. Best Humor Publication, Anatomy of Authors, Death Wins a Goldfish, Minotaur, Sobek, The Way of Howl's Husband, Wondermark, Friends You Can Ride On. Nope.
I'm going to put my money on Minotaur because it was nominated for a different category as well.
Yes, as was Sobek. Yeah. Best Anthology, The ABC of Typography, Baltic Comics Anthologies, Drawing Power, Women's Stories of Sexual Violence, Kramer's Ergot, number 10, and The Nib, number 2 to 4.
I'm going with Drawing Power.
Yes. Best Reality-Based Work, Good Talk, A Memoir and Conversations, Grass, Kid Gloves, 9 Months of Careful Chaos, Moonbound, Apollo 11, and The Dream of Spaceflight, My Solo Exchange Diary, and They Call Us Enemy by George Takei. I know that one. So that's my
the
kick.
one about Japanese internment. I have that sitting here. It seems heavy, so I haven't got into it. But I've heard nothing but great about that one, so that's my call.
Oh, you have that one. That's cool. I haven't read that one yet. Best Graphic Album, New Are You Listening? By Zimina, BTTMFDRS, Life on the Moon, New World, and Reincarnation Stories. Don't recognize any artist or any writer or nothing on that one. So I'm going to skip the next one.
Bendis is in the next one.
Oh, is that the reprint graphic album?
Yeah. He's in there for cover.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Bad Weekend by Ed Brubaker. Okay, I know that one.
Brubaker, yep.
Clyde Fans by Seth. Cover Volume 1 by Brian Michael Bendis and David Mack. Glenn Ganges. LaGuardia by Nnedi Okorafor. And Rusty Brown by Chris Ware. Yeah, Bad Weekend was great, so I'm going to go that way. You can go cover. You can go cover if you want.
Deal.
Best adaptation for another medium: Giraffes on Horseback Salad, The Giver, The Handmaid's Tale. I'll bet that's a good graphic novel. H.P. Lovecraft's At the Mountains of Madness, The Seventh Voyage, and Snow Glass Apples by Neil Gaiman. I don't know any of those.
The Giver by Lois Lowry was one of my big books I loved growing up. Did not realize there was an adaptation of that. So I love that. So I'm going to actually seek out The Giver by Lois Lowry.
Okay.
For myself and my kids.
That's not like The Giving Tree. That's something different.
No,
right?
No. The Giver. Different book.
Things. Okay. Then we get into some of archival collections. I don't care that much about. Let's go to Best Writer. Bobby Curnow, Ghost Tree.
Wait, how many we skipping? Hold on.
We're going down. We're skipping all the way to Best Writer. M.K. Reed and Greg Means for Penny Nichols. Mariko Tamaki for Harley Quinn. And Louis Trondheim for Stay. G. Willow Wilson for Invisible Kingdom. And Chip Zdarsky for White Trees, Daredevil, Spider-Man, Life Story, Afterlife. That's the winner right there. Give it to Chip.
Yeah, especially since like Chip Zdarsky went from the guy who draws boobs to a very, very, very good writer.
Very prolific, too.
Yes.
Best Writer Artist. These are always weird collections of people here. It's Nina Bujavec, Mira Jacob, Kem Suk Gendry Kim, James Stocco, Raina Telgemeier, and Tilla Walden. Don't know. Give it to whoever you want to. Best Penciler Inker or Penciler Inker Team. Ian Bertram for Little Bird, which you've read. Colleen Doran for Snow Glass Apples. Bilquis Evely for The Dreaming. Simon Gain for Ghost Tree. Steve Pugh for Harley Quinn. Boy, Harley Quinn Breaking Glass got a lot of attention. Just for some reason.
Yes, it did.
Rosemary Valero O'Connell. Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me. And I would say Ian Bertram, because that Little Bird art was pretty sweet.
I was going to say I'm going a Little Bird. I enjoyed that heavily.
Does that sound like a good one to you?
Yep,
Maybe?
Yep, definitely. Yep.
So best cover artist, Jen Bartel, Blackbird. Francesco Francavilla, Archie. David Mack, American Gods. And Fight Club 3. Emma Rios, Pretty Deadly. And Julian Totino Tedesco for Daredevil. And Christian Ward for Machine Gun Wizards and Invisible Kingdom. You got a horse in that race?
Jen Bartel, Blackbird. I enjoyed that art. I think she did a phenomenal job on that.
Gotcha. Best coloring, Lorena Alvarez, Hicatu. Jean-Francois Ballou for Middle West. Matt Hollingsworth for Batman. A lot of Batman and Little Bird. Molly Mendoza for Skip. Dave Stewart for a ton of stuff. Yeah.
I love Middle West. Middle West is great, I think. And especially coloring. That very stylized art popped awesome off the cover, and I loved that. So definitely Middle West for me.
Yeah, well, he also did
Jean-Francois Boilly.
And he also did Outpost Zero, which is great. So, cool. Best letter, Darren Bennett for a ton of stuff. Jim Campbell for a ton of stuff. Clayton Cowles for a ton of stuff. Emily Plateau for just a little bit. Stan Sakai just for his own book. And Tilly Walden for Are You Listening? So I'm going to give it to Clayton Cowles because he lettered the hell out of a ton of stuff.
I figured you'd sneak in Stan Sakai for relettering a book he had published years ago.
Yeah, that's tough.
I'm going with Darren Bennett.
Okay. Best comics-related periodical or journalism. I do not see Comics for Fun and Profit on here. Did you submit our?
Again.
Did you not submit us?
To submit us?
What is Kyle? We went over this.
And you say we're journalists.
Your HR file is getting thick, brother. All right. Comics Riff blog by Michael Kavanagh. The Comics Journal by Gary Groth. Hogan's Alley by Tom Hangedes. Inks, the Journal of the Comic Studies Society by Kiana Whitehead.
OSU,
yeah. Lab Magazine, Volume 4, This Was Your Life by Ronald Wembley. Women Write About Comics, edited by Nola Pfau. That's definitely not how you pronounce that. I'm going to go with the Comics Journal.
Yeah. I'm going with Inks, the Journal of the Comic Studies Society.
Best comics-related book, The Art of Nothing, 25 Years of Mutts. The Book of Weirdo by John B. Cook. Grunt, The Art and Unpublished Comics of James Stocco. Logo A Go-Go, Branding Pop Culture by Ryan Hughes. Making Comics by Linda Berry. Screwball, The Cartoonist Who Made the Funnies Funny by Paul Toomey. I'll go with Logo A Go-Go because I like the alliteration.
And The Art of Nothing, 25 Years of Mutts, and The Art of Patrick McDonnell.
There you go. Best academic or scholarly work, It's too long. I'm not reading those. Best publication design: Grunt, Crazy Cat, Logo A Go Go, Madness in Crowds, Making Comics, and Rusty Brown. I'm gonna give it to Logo A Go Go again.
This is where Rusty Brown finally picks it up.
Okay. Best digital comic. Okay, this is curious. Afterlift by Chip Zdarsky and Jason Liu. It's a Comixology original. I missed that one. That's something I want to have to check out. Blackwater Lilies by Michael Busey. Colored, The Unsung Life of Claudette Colvin. Elma, A Bear's Life, Volume 1, The Great Journey. Mare Internum by Dashir Helmer. And Tales from Behind the Window by Edner Kuntman.
Excuse me, sir?
Kuntman. Afterlift by Chip Zdarsky is my winner here, and something I'm going to have to look up.
Yeah.
And then we have a best webcomic category. Cabramatta by Matt Hugh. Chuck Wagon at the End of the World by Eric Lundy. The Eyes by Javi DeCastro. Fried Rice Comic by Erica Ng. Remind by Jason Brubaker. And Third Shift Society by Meredith Moriarty. I'll go with Fried Rice Comic by Erica Ng. Because I don't know. And
I will go with Remind.
I didn't read any of those, so that's something I need to check. I need to check that stuff out.
I've dabbled into a little bit of webcomic stuff, but haven't jumped feet first, I would say.
Yeah, just you just stumble across them and then find them on their Facebook page or whatever.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Yeah, that's cool. I got to do that. Chris says CBA. That was the end of the Eisners, by the way. Chris says CBR wrote an article. Should Marvel stop selling Punisher merchandise to stop the police and military from wearing and displaying the Punisher logo? As a retired police officer, I can say that in my department, we could only wear authorized items, patches, pins, apparel, etc. My belief is that Marvel shouldn't be restricted from selling merchandise. It's up to the police departments to monitor their officers and discipline those found wearing items that are not authorized. If any police agency allows Punisher items to be worn, they should stop that practice immediately. Police are there to keep the peace and enforce the law. Punishment should be left to the courts following a conviction. Marvel's not the bad guy here.
Completely agree.
Yeah, who cares?
Same thing with Judge Dredd.
Yeah, it's, no, don't punish, whoever, you want to, if people are wearing them inappropriately, that's on them. Mm-hmm. Not on Marvel, because what if people started wearing Moon Knight and doing bad things? We can't be punishing Moon Knight.
That's right.
Yes.
And again, yeah, it's personal responsibility, and it's not like, and it even isn't like they really glorify Punisher. He's pretty screwed up, and he's not necessarily a character you always even root for. Yeah, so yeah, I have no problem with Punisher merchandise continuing to be available. That's fine.
Yes. Rich asks, hey, Drew says he doesn't like team books. Kyle, do you? Do you have a favorite Marvel team? FF, X-Men, Avengers, DC team, Justice League, GL Corps, or Teen Titans? Or
love
anything
Teen
else?
Titans, love Super Sons. I enjoy the teen books, or the team books. Also the teen books.
And team.
Yeah, that's right. But sometimes I often feel, even Red Hood and the Outlaws and things like that. But I always, in every single team book, reach a point where I'm just bananas following a character or a storyline, and then we divulge for 3 or 4 issues for a different person, and I'm always left angry that they're in a team.
Gotcha.
I've yet to read a single series that hasn't done that at some point. But I really do like the aspects of team books about superheroes using one another and learning as they go, relying on each other for their strengths and weaknesses, and not just, essentially the lone brooding Batman who knows all, sees all, and does all, because, essentially you get that with your Superman and your Green Lantern, where they're just, at the end of the book, he's going to end up all powerful to save things. Whereas when you get your team books, there's usually more creativity and a little more back and forth with your team on how to fix things and build things.
Mm-hmm. And I was looking over this list, and I do not currently enjoy FF, X-Men, Avengers, Justice League, Green Lantern Corps at all.
You are in an Avengers book, but it's only because of Moon Knight.
I am reading an Avengers book, yeah, but only because Moon Knight is making an appearance in this story arc. But I might stick around. You never know.
There you go.
Now, I enjoy Teen Titans a lot. This current iteration is really good. I think it's really good, but I had not been a fan before that.
And I cut a lot of teeth on Power Packs and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which were in and of themselves completely team books.
Yes,
they always focused on a group and the group mentality.
I tried to do Batman and the Outsiders. It didn't click with me either.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like not doing really well right now. But I do sample from time to time, and I don't want to like tell you that I'll never read a team book. I'm going to keep trying. Eventually, some will grab me. I would hope, maybe.
You enjoyed Super Sons for a bit.
Yes, and yeah, so and like a duo, like a team up, Marvel team up.
Is a duo considered a team?
Yeah, it probably is, but
so like Batman and Robin.
Definitely, and I read all those.
One of my favorite series is that Batman and Robin series just previous to the New 52 that Grant Morrison. That's one of my favorite comic series of all time.
Oh yeah, it was great, and so duos I can handle because they follow. You don't lose the people that you're following.
Correct.
like you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So duos, maybe even trios. I tried to do that. What was that? Where it was Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman?
Well, Trinity.
Trinity. That was not good. I didn't like that one.
But I just remember even like I got heavy into Red Hood and the Outsiders, or whichever one it was.
Yeah.
When you first had them with
Outlaws.
Red Hood and the Outlaws. When you first had a big Starfire stuff. And then it went from a book I really enjoyed where it was primarily Red Hood.
Yes.
To just multiple arcs of running around in space with Starfire. And I was just like, I'm out.
Yeah. Yep. And like there are spider books that are like the Spider-Verse are huge teams of spider people. I like those a lot. Does that not count? Probably does not count. Because in and of itself, they're short things, so they don't last that long.
Walking Dead team book?
No, not a team book.
Okay, just checking.
No, not a team. They do not.
I was just checking.
We're like limited to capes and cows.
All right, deal.
Superhero team. I'm pretty sure. That's the spirit of the question. As Kyle said, there is no FOC this week because we're recording early and because they screwed the pooch on the DC section and Marvel's not putting anything out. So probably you'll know better tomorrow. Let's talk about eBay hot sellers, Kyle.
You want to do the primaries and I'll do the secondaries?
Is that what you want to do?
Yep.
Oh, you can do that. We've got the New Guardians, number 2, from 1988. It's a DC book. Let's see. Why is this hot?
First appearance of Snowflake, the cocaine supervillain.
All right. Snowflame?
Snowflame. Sorry, I said Snowflake.
Which makes more sense. Actually, Snowflake, if it was a cocaine supervillain, would make more sense.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's really crazy, but it's 7-day trend of 837% and has a high sale of $60 for a raw copy. New Guardians from 1988.
He's a
Number
Colombian crime lord who gains power from inhaling massive amounts of cocaine. The more cocaine he takes, the more powerful he becomes. His powers include superhuman strength, speed, immunity to pain, pyrokinesis, and our favorite cocaine touch, which gives his victims a contact high.
That's crazy. I feel like I'm being punked. Ultimate Fallout 4, the second print variant. Continues this Miles Morales, of course.
And then Miles Morales might even jump even more because the PlayStation revealed the second iteration of the Insomniac game will center around Miles Morales. So we'll get yet more Miles Morales. So that may push him even more up this list.
Well, the second print selling and the first print is at the third slot. So Ultimate Fallout 4 makes another appearance. I had a chance to pick these up relatively cheaply, and I did not, and I'm kicking myself. Marvel Action Adventures number 10 is number 4. We talked about Yellow Hulk before. This one's still selling well. $75 for near mint raw. Love that.
All right, if you listen to one thing that Comics for Fun and Profit has ever said, anything that says Peach Momoko, just pick it up.
Peach Momoko.
Yes.
Okay.
It's just, she's on fire.
Okay. Yeah. We're not there yet. You're jumping ahead. Amazing Spider-Man 361.
Oh, I thought you'd just done that one. Sorry.
Is the first Carnage. Still selling well. Then Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars 8, of course, is the black suit Spidey. So still selling very, very well. And then we have ranks at number 7, Captain Marvel number 1, the Peach Momoko variant. So there's Peach Momoko's name again, like Kyle was mentioning. This is selling well. I think a raw hit $30 and a CGC hit 65.
Yeah. And she was on this list for that Yoda cover of the Clone Wars one, and she's got just everything she's touched has been turning to gold.
The Uncanny X-Men number 160 from 1982. This is a magic appearance. The first appearance of Ilyana Rasputina's magic. And this might be one of the first mutants in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We'll see. Sold 24 copies at a high sale of $33.50 for a very fine raw copy. Okay. Not even a near mint.
Yeah.
Well, 1982, it's tougher to find high grades as you get that far back.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about Ultimate Fallout there, making another appearance. And then rounding out the top 10, X-Men number 5 from 1992, second appearance of Omega Red and first appearance of Maverick. Heck of an awesome cover here, and it sold 12 copies and had a high sale of $80 for a 9.8. Woo! Kyle, take us home with the runner.
At rank 11, we've got Wolverine number 4. This series, just every book in it seems to be heating up.
Yeah.
So people are just craving some old Wolverine stuff. So this one, up 213%, huge sale, $400 for a 9.8 CGC. You could get this book for nothing not too long ago, and it is just spiking like crazy. Of course, we talked so much about the Eternals. We got its 1977 run. First appearance of Celestial, zero in the teaser in Eternals 18. 7-day trend up 162%. High sale, $145 for CGC 9.6. Star Wars 41 from that original Marvel run of 1980. We don't know why this one is the one. It is part 3 of the Empire Strikes Back adaptation. Also, while it's not noted by CGC, this issue is the first appearance of Yoda in the shadows. Rank 14, Amazing Spider-Man 300. Shocker.
Yep.
At rank 15, Venom Lethal Protector, number 1 from 1980. Boy, that was everywhere for the longest time.
Longest time.
Amazing Spider-Man 4, we've got the first appearance of Silk. At rank 17, we've got Marvel Action Avengers number 9, the Yellow Hulk we talked about. At rank 18, we got X-Men 4, look for, of course, more Omega Red stuff. Rank 19, The Amazing Spider-Man number 5 from 2014. It's the second appearance of Silk, and it's moved up 133%, and $25 for a raw copy of 5.
Wow.
A couple of those, too. And at rank 20, Batman Vengeance of Bane from 1992. Everything, 1992, 1982, that's moving good. But that jumped up 9.8, selling for $200.
Yes. Well, we do not have a Comic-Con quite yet, so we don't have a sales chart for April for what it would, whatever it would be, or May, whatever it would be, because there wasn't really that much stuff floating around. So we might never get those numbers. But what we do have, we have a top 10 from UCS, the comic distributor. This is Midtown, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Right? Lunar is DCBS and UCS is Midtown, I believe. And so they have a website. Lunar does theirs is like it's like a little broke down login page. They don't even have a website. But UCS does have like a full website. It looks pretty nice actually. And their top 10 is sitting there, and it is the top is Batman 92 cardstock art germ.
There you go.
And then the cover A, Batman 92 is number 2, and then Batman 93 is 3. Justice League 44 comes in 4th place. Dark Knight's Death Metal 1 in 5th place. Batman 93 cardstock, Francesca Mattina at 6. Justice League 45 at 7. Joker Harley Criminal Sanity number 4 at 8. Deceased Unkillables at 9. And Flash 753 at number 10. So
I can't wait to see numbers for these if we get them.
I don't think we'll ever get them, but
so either.
Wouldn't it be? But it would be fun to see, because I would guess like 40,000, 50,000 is going to be your top, if that. I don't even know that they're going to be that high. Now, eventually they'll have to be high because that's the only way to get DC Comics.
Mm-hmm.
But this was when you could get these books from 3 different distributors.
Yeah.
But it was cool that they put out their top 10. It's cool to see what the best-selling DC books are, because they don't have any other books that they're distributing currently. So I thought that was interesting. Check out UCS Comic Distributors.com, and you can click on the bestsellers there and check out those books, and check out other things in their website, because it's pretty neat. And they're now a DC distributor, so kind of cool. Now, Kyle, I believe we're ready for our sneak peek.
Yeah, let's head over to previewsworld.com. Find new releases. Find June the 17th, 2020. I believe we have DC and everything we need in here for the time being, at the very least. And let's start where we love to start. Let's start with Image, where we talked about A Man Among Ye, number 1. This is, of course, Anne Bonny, Pirate Lady.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then I saw a thing that my good boy Stepan Sajic is phasing himself out of DC covers to just simply do creator-owned.
All right.
So, best of luck with that. I will miss his DC covers.
I wonder why.
I'm hoping it's because he's going to be super busy with a bunch of his own stuff.
I mean, he was doing interiors for some books.
Yeah.
Like Aquaman for a while, and that was pretty beautiful.
Yeah, it looked kind of awesome.
But yeah, he must have figured out the formula to make money in comics. So good for him.
There you go. Hardcore Reloaded number 5. This is the final issue of this mini-series. Hardcore Reloaded reaches an explosive finale as rough body jackers surround the President of the United States.
I don't have anything.
Heading on down to Dark Horse.
Nothing.
Dark Horse does not have floppy comics. Down to IDW.
Nothing
in IDW piques our interest. Down to DC. Dark Knight's Death Metal number 1. Scott Snyder. Capullo doing the cover A's.
Black. There's that black blank variant that you're so excited about.
Yeah, and there is that Stanley Art Germ Wonder Woman cover on that we talked about. And then Mattina cover. Those were our things that we spec picked during our time off a good bit as well. We love those. Look.
This is there's a facsimile edition that may or may not have been canceled. If not, grab it, because I know they're starting to cancel the facsimiles. So I hope this is still a book.
Which
I
one is
believe
it?
Detective Comics 475.
Oh, yeah, 475. Yep.
Which is I think just a classic Joker story.
I tried to stay positive, but okay, I'm going to throw a stone here. Do we need an Amanda Connor astonishing art book?
She has her fans.
Does she?
Yes, she has a specific art style that people seem to like, and yeah, why not?
Nightwing's annual number 3. We're back to Dick Grayson in the annual. Thrilling high-octane adventure awaits over the skies of Gotham City.
Metal Men 7, Dan Didio's comic is still being published by DC, which I think is cool that they haven't shuttered that thing. They're letting him finish out his book. That's cool.
Really like the Ben Caldwell very own Young Justice 15. We called that out earlier in an FOC. But I think it's a phenomenal cover.
Yeah. Yeah, you did like that a lot. Oh, there's a question coming out. Oh, man, I forgot. I've forgotten what happened in the other issues.
DC Black Label, Jeff Lemire.
Man, I forgot all about that. Now, there's something... Yeah, it's Flash Annual. For those of you who read Suicide Squad, it continues in this Flash Annual. The story does. Which is weird that they're crossing over. But, so remember that if you're a Suicide Squad.
Could be not enough for those laying around. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
Marvel gives us things that we don't really care about.
Is it just trades and hardcovers?
Down to Dynamite, where it's nothing but Deja Thoris, Red Sonja, and Vampirella. If those are your things.
Yeah, Boom's pretty light. Yeah.
Boom continuing to do Power Rangers and Turtles. And boy, there's a lot of covers. And I will always look at the Dan Moras and say, boy, those are nice. All right, down to our smaller covers, or smaller publishers.
We have the Grieveling. It's a 2-issue series from Clover Press, LLC. This is Steve Niles and Damian Worm. And they did the October Faction comic. Same creative team, which is now been optioned, is now Netflix show. So this is their new work. So there's a chance this could get optioned, but it is $8. And that cheeses me off.
Drew, I jumped all the way to the bottom to Wind number 1, WYND number 1 from Boom Entertainment, stuck down there. James Tinian the fourth. For fans of Once and Future, Isola and Middle West, the award-winning team of Tinian the fourth, and Michael Dialanis reunite for the new must-read series that shocked the comics industry. So, I loved Once and Future, and I loved Middle West. So, I'm in, and there is a Dan Mora cover B.
Very nice. Not much else. It's kind of sparse. Might have to dig deep for that pick.
Got anything, brother, for your pick of the week?
I think because of all the DC problems, I think that all the DC stuff's going to be lower print runs, harder to come by. So I think the Dark Knight's Death Metal 1 is going to be a tough one to get, and people are going to want to read it. So I'm going to go with that one, the cover A.
I've had some really good Boom books that I've very much enjoyed reading, but I haven't made a lot of money off of Boom in a while. But I'm going with Wind at number 1, cover B, Dan Mora.
That's not Boom.
It says Boom when I click it.
Really? Well, then why
Yes.
is it not up in the
I don't
Boom
know.
section?
so I don't know.
Huh.
Just going with previews.
Well, they don't know what they're doing. So you said, okay, that's Wind. And that was which cover? The A cover, right?
B. Dan Mora.
Oh, the B. Dan Mora cover. All right. That's good picks. Good picks, man.
Yeah. Boom Studios. Yeah, so it's Boom Studios. But for some odd reason, it was not in with the rest of the Boom stuff.
Well, there you go.
And there is a Peach Momoko variant that you can search for. A 1 in 25 of Win number 1. Crap. I wish I'd have ordered that. That's gonna make you a ton of money.
Well, but how much would it cost you to get?
1 in 25 on a Boon book, probably $30.
$50?
Yeah,
$40?
Find it, get it. Just friggin' do it. If you can find Wind number 1, the Peach Momoko, yes. That's the answer.
Don't overpay.
Shut up.
Eh.
Yeah. Per diamond, retailers will be able to order 1 copy of the Momoko variant for every 25. So, yeah. Eric, how many of those are you getting? Give me a holler.
Okay, so we're early this week. Next week, are we going to be late?
I'm off. So if you want to replace me and do something, I won't be back in Lestate till Sunday, Monday.
Sunday, Monday. Okay. I might replace you. I might do a solo. We might skip a week. Who knows? We'll see.
Tune in next time.
You can't be replaced.
Oh.
Yes.
So we want to thank you guys for tagging along with us. Comics Fun and Profit. Thank you for going through the comics originally releasing June 17th, 2020. I appreciate everything. Please drop us a line on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. Throw us a Gmail. Be part of the podcast. Tell us what you're picking up this week and what it's like out there in the comic world. So, for Drew and for myself, see you.